Taan sao. Okay, so Taan sao, I'm only going to talk about 3 ways. Everything else could be talked about later. First is Taan sao, straight middle of the body. Okay, now the Taan sao he particularly did was what we call is the second part. If we really cut it down, it's that second intricate part. Because there's one that's the Taan sao that comes here and it's in center line. The second one is that if you push out from here, dip down and push out. Okay, that's number 2, right? The third is for people who are more bigger. If you're a bigger person, you may not can get Taan sao at the bridge of your nose, that center line kind of Taan sao. What you may have to do is have the Taan sao at shoulder line, okay? And at this shoulder line aspect, as long as you have correct structure, it should be hard to bring back. Also, what makes the Taan sao even better is the mirror. Why do I say that? Because if your hand is like this and you do it like this is Ip Man Chisan bigger, taller Wing Chun players.
Getting and tension in the wrist.
Right. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
There's more strength right in here and in here, and it's going to hurt you after a while. And what is Wing Chun's ultimate goal? Relaxation. So if that's the case, this hand particularly looking in the mirror, lady looks in the mirror, you can relax, is actually from Un Moy's history connection with Wing Chun and Hung Gar. Please research that right quick. It's called Tung Q. All right, on their side. But lady looks in the mirror. If this hand is like this, if this is our same ancestor, then we should not have the Taan sao like this. We should know our correct structure for our body type. Now, when we need it, if there's someone taller, I understand this because this will stop an opponent if they're taller and sometimes even stronger. So there's a difference in there. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about this Taan sao right quick is some people you'll see it go low. They'll do this. This is ultimate relaxation. And I would agree to this.
Well, it depends on the person because that's pulling on my shoulder.
Right. So when you low like that, understand that you may be doing Taan sao, you may be covering, but there's not much you can cover with this Taan sao. People can hit you all the way up here and everything else. So to have this kind of Taan sao, actually, if you turn it, close your fist, and put the other hand up, it's as high as boxing guards. It's covering your neck and chin and jawline. So this Taan sao, being like this, is meant to help you cover that, right? Some people get so afraid in their Wing Chun that the Taan sao is way up here because they don't want to get it hit in the head. And I understand that. As long as that arm don't go back on them, good. But this is the Taan sao here because most of the times, most attacks are within that nose and here range. This works really, really great. Anything higher than that, you're talking about scraping someone on the top of the head. Anyway, that's Taan sao. I don't know if you noticed this, but all these years you know me, I've actually played the Sunum Dao different. There's several ways I play the Sunum Dao.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll go traditional a lot sometimes and I'll do. But you ain't seen me do that.
Mm-mm.
And the reason why is Americans got different diets. We're taller. I mean, we're stronger in a lot of cases. It's not saying we're better, but we're stronger because of our diets.
Different physiology.
Right. So here, if I'm doing this, if I do this Taan sao, what's open?
Everything down here.
Everything, ribs and all that. So you know that I play Sunum Dao 2 ways. My major 2 ways. 1, why am I playing it this short?
covered.
To keep covering of myself, and two, because I realize Wing Chun is in close fighting. You'll keep yourself like this if you want to keep the opponent with you.
Right.
So in the first Wing Chun rules, you what? Send what's out. You send out because they want to go out, right? You bring them in because you bring them in and pass you because you're gonna redirect them. And what's the main thing is maintain, maintain and retain. This is the idea of retaining. You know, I may get punched back so much, but then when I punch, there goes your tonsil already. You didn't have to worry about it, right? Or if you punch me enough and I pull back, then you got your
right.
You got your stuff, right? So you're there, you're fine. You know, even if I turn around and do a round kick, you're fine. But you stay structured. If I kicked any lower than that, your elbow catches me and you're still fine. Right? So I'll do this and I shorten it. Then the other way I do send them down is, you notice that I'll punch straight out. So am I contradicting myself?
No.
If I punch like this versus punching straight out? The answer is no, and the reason why is because, like I said, if I push out enough, then when they do kick or whatever, I'm right here. You know, I got my human side, I do whatever. But the other part is, if I punch out here, and this is what I know, I'm open, so I drop.